Boxing never seems to go out of fashion. It keeps on being the leading sport when it comes to martial arts. With that being said, let's take a look at some of the richest boxers in the world right now. Lennox Lewis. During the 14 years of his career, Lennox achieved titles every fighter would envy. From 1989 to 2003, Lennox was an undisputed heavyweight champion. During his whole career, he fought in 44 main fights and surprisingly won 41 of them. This also led him to be one of the richest boxers in the world, with a net worth of around $140 million as of 2021. We can surely say that this successful career as a boxer afforded him a luxury lifestyle that many of us can only dream of. In 1993, Lennox made a name for himself when he was crowned a heavyweight champion by the WBC. This was after he defeated Donovan "Razor" Ruddock, and Ruddock didn't accept to defend his title against Lennox. This wasn't exactly the way Lennox had imagined becoming famous, but in the end, it still won one of the biggest titles a boxer could receive. The peak of Lennox's career was in 2002 when he fought against Mike Tyson. During the fighting session, Lennox outmaneuvered Tyson. His most unforgettable moment was in the 8th round of the fight when Tyson was close to giving up and Lennox finished him off with a right cross. One of Lennox's last times defending his title was when he beat Vitaly Klitschko 1 year after his fight with Mike Tyson. Soon after that, the famous boxer announced that he would be retiring. But what has Lennox been up to since his retirement? Having a net worth of $140 million even after retiring is surprising. Lennox has maintained his fortune after investing in philanthropy, business ventures, and a couple of charitable projects. Throughout the years, the former boxer has been the representatives for his own global-based sports charity organization, which aims to use sports as a way to make a difference in society. Lennox is also a contributor to the Muhammad Ali Center. Recently, Lennox has been offered a spot in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Since he's always loved boxing, he remains very involved with the sport, and he can even be seen calling out boxing fights on the Fox Sports channel. Oscar de la Hoya. Known as the Golden Boy of boxing, Oscar has won many titles throughout his career. Some of his notable winnings have been the super featherweight, welterweight, and light middleweight title. Despite standing at a height of 5'10", he was not easy to beat in the ring. In his 16-year career, he became one of the highest-paid boxers, before Floyd Mayweather would take the lead, and today he has a net worth of an estimated $200 million. He made it big as a professional boxer after attending the 1992 Olympics. Here, he won his first professional fight when he faced Lamar Williams. During his first year as a pro boxer, Oscar compiled an extremely successful record. 2 years after he attended the Olympics, he won his very first professional title by the World Boxing Organization. This was due to defeating a Danish fighter called Jimmy Brettel after fighting him for 10 rounds in a row. Just 4 months later, Oscar knocked out Jorge Paez just in the second round of the fight and won a lightweight title by the WBO. Oscar finally won his junior welterweight title in January 1997. He then moved up to the 147-pound weight class. During this time, Oscar would win another title for the WBC welterweight after beating the 1984 Olympic gold medalist and reigning champion Parnell Sweet Pea Whitaker. After this fight, he gained recognition as one of the best fighters in the world. However, after that, his boxing reputation went downhill. In 2004, Oscar was defeated by Bernard Hopkins and ended up losing the middleweight title. Oscar decided to distance himself from boxing and focused on becoming a boxing promoter in 2006. Oscar fully retired from boxing in 2009. He's since invested his money into real estate, building and reconstructing properties in poor Latino communities. Manny Pacquiao. Considered as one of the top boxers in the modern age, Pacquiao has won a total of 12 titles in 8 divisions. This has made him recognized as the octuple champion. He's one of the top pay-per-view boxers in the world after generating around $1.2 billion of profit throughout his whole career. In 2021, it's been reported that Pacquiao has a net worth of $220 million. However, the beginning of Pacquiao's career as a boxer was not easy at all. When he was a teenager, he ran away from home and migrated to Manila, where he decided to pursue a career as a boxer. After struggling for many years to make a name for himself, he finally got recognition in 2008 when he defeated Oscar de la Hoya. Overnight, Pacquiao became a worldwide known fighter with a combination of excellent blazing speed and a vastly improved defense. He gradually became known as the world's finest boxer. Popularity for pay-per-view boxing attraction drastically increased after his fight with Oscar. He was able to generate a total of $70 million in pay-per-view revenue and sold over 1 million buys. After the fight, Pacquiao went on to win the Ring's Junior Welterweight Championship in 2009. He won after an amazing one-punch knockout of Ricky Hatton. Then, just a few months later, he won yet another championship when he defeated Puerto Rican boxer Miguel Cotto. For this defeat, Pacquiao won the WBO welterweight title. He continued to defend the same title even after 2010 when he successfully defeated Joshua Clottey. Pacquiao went on to increase his weight class titles during the rest of 2010 when he defeated defeated Antonio Margarito, who at the time was a WBC super welterweight champion who outweighed Pacquiao by 20 pounds. Just like many other boxers, Pacquiao has recently focused more on politics than boxing. George Foreman. George's boxing career reached its peak when he decided to make an inspiring return to the boxing industry after having announced his retirement. George claimed that the reason he started boxing again was that he maintained a healthy diet and lifestyle. His transformation did not only make him a legend in boxing, but he also made it big in the fitness industry. Now, his name can be found on Spectrum Brands, which is a company that sells fat-reducing grills. The company has helped a lot in making George reach a $300 million net worth, as it has paid George $137 million to get his name on those grills, and they also gave him 40% of the profit when a grill is sold. This has earned George an outstanding profit of $200 million. In 2013, George launched his own boxing promotion business called the Foreman Boys Promotions. He's also taken an interest in investing in the meat industry, opening a butcher shop that sells all-natural beef produced on family farms. But apart from investing in a wide range of businesses, George has also been present in films and has even written 5 books. These constant investments are what has made his wealth grow rapidly. He's the only boxer in history that has made more profit investing than he ever made during his boxing career. This has won him the title of the second richest boxer of all time. It's outstanding to see that he's reached such success since he almost went bankrupt during the first time he started boxing. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Floyd Mayweather is not just the greatest boxer in the world, but he's also the richest boxer in the world. However, he's mostly gotten his fame for flaunting his luxury lifestyle on social media. Besides being an Olympic bronze medalist, Floyd Mayweather has won countless titles throughout his boxing career. He's considered one of the most unbeatable boxers, losing only 1 fight from all 50 fights he participated in throughout his career. As of today, Floyd's net worth is approximately $560 million. He's also one of the highest pay-per-view boxers in history and has generated revenue of around $1.5 billion. Besides work as a boxer, Floyd Mayweather also owns a boxing promotional company he named after himself. It's become more of an honest observation than a subjective statement that Floyd Mayweather is unbeatable. But his amazing talent in boxing is not the only thing that has made him the richest boxer alive. His wealth has reached such a number because of his ability to market himself. Now, the 43-year-old lives an unbelievably lavish lifestyle. But not only that, Floyd Mayweather does some pretty weird things with his money. He buys separate private jets as backup for his private jets. There are 2 kinds of rich people. There's the normal kind of rich, and buying a backup private jet for your private jet kind of rich. In an interview on the Howard Stern show, Floyd Mayweather expressed that he hated flying with his private jet. He explained that the reason was that he thinks that gravity will pull his jet toward the ground, resulting in a fatal accident. Because of his hilarious beliefs, Mayweather has told interviewers that he has an extra private jet to carry his bodyguards so that they wouldn't make his jet heavier than it already was. He carries around big bags of money. To prove to all of us that we cannot get rich by tucking our money into a 401k, Mayweather loves to hold his success with him from time to time. And what we mean by success is a bag filled with $100 bills. If he's not holding the money himself, he lets one of his bodyguards do it. Floyd explained that he usually keeps these sacks of money around him for when he wants to organize evening parties or just in case he sees something interesting he wants to purchase on the spot. He doesn't stop buying the latest luxury cars. It comes as no surprise that a boxer might have a driveway full of nice cars, but that's not the case for Floyd Mayweather. When it comes to stacking up cars, he has a lot of preferences. His 3 biggest driveways are located in Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and Miami. Here he stacks his mansion up with some of the most luxurious cars in the world. The vehicles are also color-coded based on the city they're located in. In Miami, his fleet of cars is black, while in Las Vegas, the cars are white. We're guessing he does this just in case he forgets which city he's in. Thanks so much for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.